Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the show. This is Brendan from Market Makers, your home for Wyckoff and Advanced Fibonacci TA. Guys, before I kick this off, I'm really happy to see from the comments in yesterday's video, which was really well received, that many of you took advantage of my suggestions in the last couple of videos of buying these lows here in the accumulation range. Some of you may even got it down here, which is fantastic. And we're going to go over, which means a lot of you are in profit, okay? And we're going to go over what's next, because if you are in profit and you rode this up here, you want to know what's happening next, right? And guys, just a reminder, our YouTube is fully integrated into our Discord. You can click that join button, come to our room. We had a live stream today on harmonic structures. We do frequent live streams, education available via our YouTube videos in our paid side of our Discord. And guys, you will love the community. It's fantastic. And definitely check out BITGET. They are our longtime sponsor. Trade all my cryptos there. Liquid exchange. No KYC. Remember, I'm very libertarian. No KYC, no country restrictions. Fantastic place to trade. That link is in the video description. All right, so what is next? Are we still bullish? That's probably what everybody wants to know, right? So let's go over our Wyckoff trading range just to catch everybody up. We got lots of new subs. So here we have on the 4-hour time frame. We're going to start in the smaller time frames first. This was your selling climax candle. This is the demand shadow, okay? The demand wick on this candle. The longer the wick, the more demand. This is an excellent area. And remember, we made this a mini cough, okay? We shrunk the trading range because this was a defined trading range, which was able to really give us entry points here for multiple times where you could have bought these lows outside the trading range, right? So where are we at now? You have volatility in the trading range, you have an up thrust, you have a sign of weakness, you retest your base, volatility, roll over for a spring, exiting the trading range, and then of course the move up, okay? Again, something we've been predicting on this channel for 2 weeks. And just to clarify, guys, so what I'm doing on this channel is explaining the market structure to you, explaining the macro picture, tying this to the equities for you, as well as explaining the bias of price action, okay? There was no guarantee price was going to do this, but this is what TA is. It's technical analysis. I'm showing you that we are in a bullish accumulation pattern, and this therefore gave the bias to the upside, okay? That's all you can do as a trader. Minimize risk, maximize profits, and understand the market structure and the macro environment that you're trading in. We are trading in a descending market. This is a bear market rally. This is not a rally to new all-time highs, okay? I want to get that out there for all the new subs. But let's look at where we are now. So we've talked about on this channel extensively the 200 and 233 moving average, and we literally hit the 200 on the dollar, okay? We got rejected. We even retested the 31,185. I like my fib layout here for my trend-based fib. We even retested this, and the next step is to hold this area, and I told you could get horizontal accumulation here and then a move out, right? Because you had a lot of demand on this retest of that fib. Now, that's pretty amazing when you look at this. We got within $10 of this fib, okay? On a $31,000 asset, got within $10. So you have horizontal accumulation right now. You don't have to come down into a base because you had such strong demand here, but you may still roll over into a base, and then we want to see volatility compress. We want to see volume break out, okay? Remember, volume is a leading indicator. Moving averages, why you don't see me use a lot of them other than the long-term ones, is because they are lagging indicators, okay? Volume is a leading indicator for price. We want to see that cup, and we want to see that move up. Right now, Bitcoin's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. Hold this higher low structure from this pump up, okay? This is the LPS and Wyckoff, the last point of support. And what I would like to see is a hold the 382. And again, I showed you yesterday, if you pulled a fib retracement utilizing this swing low from the defined trading range, pull it up to where your top wick is there. You can see your 382 basically lines almost on the dot, lines up with Wyckoff, 30,719, 30,693, okay? So you know you want to stay above your Wyckoff white line there, your trading for your trading range, okay? You want to stay above that. So in other words, that means price, if it does roll down some more, you want to see it hold this area, okay, and pivot out. Let's look over at natural gas real quick because this is what I'm talking about. So we had 12 bars here in accumulation. there's no one-to-one relationship, because a lot of people are asking me in the Discord, and people are DMing me, I guess, or emailing me on YouTube saying, hey, how many bars do you have to stay here in this pattern? Well, as you can see, we pumped up, right? Just like we did on Bitcoin. We exited the trading range here, got a down thrust. This was like our spring to pump up, get on top of the trading range, rolled over to the classic cup pattern. Now, Bitcoin's very volatile, so it doesn't have to make this cup. It could literally just come over horizontally like it's doing now, but you want to look for that breakout. And again, I showed you this yesterday, but you can trade this, and the correct way to trade this would be to take your high and trade that breakout. But depending on your risk appetite, if you do get a cup pattern, you could come down lower knowing that you're looking for a breakout to the upside, okay? So it's just another opportunity to trade. Let's go back to the 4-hour really quickly. So what that would translate to here on Bitcoin, if you were going to trade this conservatively, you would put this up here at 32,383 roughly. Now, I want to see these flipped, right? So basically, the two ways you can trade this is if this does roll back down to test the 382 at 31,185, that may be an opportunity. You can take a small position and then see if you get your pump up for a breakout. We're going to look at the Nasdaq and see if it held its accumulation range, or if it held its LPS as well, okay? Because remember, these markets are all tracking extremely closely together, the highest correlation ever in Bitcoin's history to the Nasdaq since January of this year. Bitcoin's moving at a 2 to 2.3 beta of the Nasdaq. And what that means is if the Nasdaq pumps 10%, Bitcoin could pump 20, 25%, okay? And the Nasdaq's been pumping, so we're going to take a look at that. So this is one thing you could do, is try to buy a base of support if you can hold this. Again, that can be risky. Trading is all about managing risk. That can be risky because if you lose this and start coming back down, then obviously you're going to get stopped out, okay? Another option is, again, to trade that breakout, but then you're missing out on some profit. So it all depends how you want to manage your risk, and you still have to defeat the 233. Remember, we went over this before, but these are key moving averages on the 4-hour time frame. I'm going to show you this as well in the Nasdaq, okay? Key moving averages on the 4-hour time frame in a descending market, because they can give you monster trades. These are monster trades when you hit the 200 and 233 in a descending market, capturing all of this movement all the way down, okay? So this is your first big test to flip, and really it looks like you got to get on top of that 0.5 at 32,991. So you want to see everything calm down, and then you want to see a spring out, okay? Let's look at the indicators, because that's how you're going to judge potentially how long you will be in this accumulation range up here at your LPS. You can see your volatility got expanded, but it's already starting to close back in, okay? This is good. Volatility expansion, my moving average shows that as a break to the upside. Accumulation line shows that as a break to the upside. Volume shows me that as a break to the upside. And here on my RSX, we are oversold or overbought. So you can see price is going to calm down. This is going to wave back down. This is going to tighten back up on the 4-hour time frame. It's going to take some candles, guys. So we're just going to watch that and monitor it, and then look for our breakout to retest the 200 and 233. And be aware, guys, if this fails here, this would be a point where you would dump back down, okay? What I'm doing on this channel is I'm explaining the market structure vis-a-vis Wyckoff and Gann, and I'm giving you guys the ability to see the bias of price. None of these are naked predictions, okay? I'm not saying Bitcoin's going to 40K because that's my prediction. I'm giving you the bias based on the trading techniques that I've utilized now over the last 20 years, and I'm just sharing that with you. So right now, this is bullish. What Bitcoin is still doing is very bullish, and I'm looking for more upside, to be perfectly clear. Let's go ahead and look at the 8-hour time frame. We're going to back up into the larger time frames. 8-hour time frame. Through on my Ichi cloud, as you can see, we got, I don't know, what is that, 2/3 of the way up into the cloud, got some resistance. The 144, the 233, the 200 are all descending, but just like with the 4-hour time frame, we have some volatility expansion here, right? We got volatility expansion. We are overbought here. So this is all good. You're holding this higher trading range above your Wyckoff. Everything's going as expected. This is going to take some time. Looking at our ATR, we had that deep retracement and only this little pump up remember, this thing can really pump, okay? So this is not our big move. Our big move is still incoming, and we're going to look at that on the Nasdaq as well. And we're going to look at our targets of where we can get to. So this is, again, everything's expected. And here on the GAN fan, and yes, I saw the comments, people saying, can you show us how to lay out GAN fans? Can you talk about Ethereum? I'll do that in the next video, guys. I had a short day today with getting everything ready that I need to do here at the house, but I'll make that video probably tomorrow showing you some techniques. I want to focus on the price action because so many of you are involved in trades right now. Laying out GAN fans is crucial to do it the correct way, and you can get nice tracking just like we did here, which was predicted for this pump, okay? And so I think we're going to end up using this channel here, settling back down, and this is going to give us some price predictions of where we can go with resistance. These moving averages are going to be coming down, and again, that's 618, guys, at 34,798. That's like my bare minimum of where I want to see us. Could we get rejected at 32,991? Of course. Could we just get rejected here and fail? Of course we could. But the bias seems to be, let's go ahead and flip to the other markets now. The DXY is still down, okay? The bias seems to be the market conditions are ripe for picking right now. And if we look at the Nasdaq, let's go ahead and look at the 8-hour on the Nasdaq. Got more candles. You can see a complete confluence here with Bitcoin, okay? You have your Wyckoff trading range, selling climax, you have your ceiling, your upthrust, just like Bitcoin had, right? Your failure, volatility, spring from the base of a down thrust, exiting your trading range, and look what you're doing. You're trying to make a cup pattern, okay? You're rolling over, and of course, I was watching CNBC today. They have the talking heads on there. Of course, they have, panels of 4 or 5 people. One guy's like, look, this is bear rally. And the other ones are like, no, the market the company's evaluations, they're already compressed, moving forward, this is going to be great. None of them know technical analysis, okay? They always look at fundamentals. This is so critical to know because if you understand how Wyckoff works, how money moves in the market, you would understand what this move is. This move is to hold the higher low to look for that move up, okay? Now we have volume divergence, which is, again, a clear indicator that you are in a bear market rally. Very low volume on this pump up. You see this very low volume on this pump up, but we did get a nice volume bar here to keep us up in this trading range. So I do believe there is more upside to come, but just like on Bitcoin, except here on the Nasdaq, your 8 hours very expanded, okay? And you are overbought right now. So this is going to need to settle as well. Now Bitcoin can move independently. It is just interesting that it's literally doing the exact same movements as the Nasdaq, as the SPX, as the Russell, okay? Your long-term moving averages 144, 200, 233 are all higher up, and I expect us to tackle them. And if you're wondering, how is this rolling over? Like what from a technical analysis standpoint would show you that this met resistance? Your 618 is higher up, it didn't hit it. Your 144 is higher up, it didn't hit it. Well, you would go to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, look what you hit on the dollar. You hit your 233 or your 200. Which one is it? You hit your 200 on the dollar. So you hit your 200, you fell down, you got a nice demand wick here on the 4-hour time frame, okay? You got a nice demand wick, and you're holding this, you're trying to hold this 0.5, which is at 12,653. Right now you're at 12,646. And if this was to fail, because remember the 4-hour time frame with the long-term moving average is very key. Do you already see what's happening here? Your cup, you want to get a cup pattern, right? And a breakout. If you don't get a cup pattern and you do something like this, you can do what? What is that, guys? That's a double top, right? Break your neckline, you go back down into the trading range, and that would be your start for your next leg down, okay? This market loves to make double tops. It does it over and over again, especially in the indexes. You see it all the time. Just be very well aware of that. A double top is retesting resistance and failing, breaking a neckline, and then going down. And so this is what you need to see. It's making the cup type pattern. Now it needs to hold here, get your volatility and everything, recontract it so you can get that next move up. And we'll see if we can do that. So you see on the 4-hour time frame, big fat expansion of your volatility channel starting to tighten back up. overbought, wave coming back down, accumulation is still bullish here, nice bullish breakout candle to keep you with the demand, and then you got a high selling candle here as well, but you just need to hold that range. So all you got to do is stay on top of that Wyckoff range, make that cup, you can roll over and then look for that pump back up, okay? And you can see that as well. I'm not going to go through all the markets here, but you can see that as well on the SPX. SPX doing the same thing. Breakout from Wyckoff, rolling over, trying to hold your cup pattern, okay? And here's your long-term moving averages, as you can see. Already hit the 144. You got to the 1618 on a trend-based fib, hit the 144, fell down some, want to hold this range, and if you fail here, just like with the Nasdaq, you will be making a double top at that same level with apparently, breaking your neckline, going back down, most likely exiting the trading range for the next leg down. So it's something very important to watch, and this is why all these markets are connected. Going to Bitcoin on the weekly. Again, this is my Gann price pulse pattern based on a law of three married to fibs, the same pattern that Bitcoin did in the last bull run as well. 3 impulse waves, ABC correction, okay? This is the pattern that's playing out, and this is our blue candle after the record-breaking 7, 8, and 9 weeks in a row of red candles, because you have that record-breaking red candle streak because Bitcoin has only existed in an equities bull market, the longest bull market in the history of the stock market, and now air is beginning to come out of the bubble as the Fed raises rates, which they will be doing again in the next 2 weeks here in June. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Want to get up to this 40,694, higher targets at 45,438, that Hail Mary target at 50,182, and none of this has to happen. I'm just giving you the bias based on fibs, based on the way that I trade and my TA, guys. So hope you enjoyed this video. Another video coming tomorrow, and hopefully we will get more price action. Draw this on your charts, guys. I've showed you in the past videos how to lay out your trend-based fib. Find these candles, mark them off, understand where your 200 and 233 here on the 4-hour time frame. If you don't look at any other time frame, everything you need to see right now on Bitcoin is on the current time frame of the 4-hour, okay? Don't worry about the daily and everything. If you don't defeat this 200 and 233, you're going back down, exiting this trading range and going to a low, okay? So you need to defeat this, and you need to hold the support here of the 31,185, and you don't want to lose at 30,693, the top of the Wyckoff range, because you don't want to be back in this range. Your bias will be most likely to fail and fall out. Remember, bear market rallies, the bias is to the downside, but you get vicious rallies in bear markets. 47 of the 50 biggest up days in equities occurred in the bear market over the last 100 years. So that's what we're looking for here, is a vicious bear market rally. Enjoy the rest of your afternoon, guys. Take care, everybody. I will answer your comments in the YouTube comments section. Talk to you guys soon.